Hey everyone, welcome back to Lit Bricks. I'm Mike. On today's episode, we are going to put some lights on this monstrosity. This is this year's Lego 3-in-1 Castle set that just came out in August. It's 3 of them, as a matter of fact. The MOC instructions came off rebrickable. Some genius did all this, and I copied their instructions. I think it was $20 for the instructions, I want to say. Well worth it. This thing's pretty cool. It's massive. It's solid too, which is going to make this a lot harder, because at least with modulars, you can take the floors apart to get access to hide wires. This, I'm going to have to be very clever on how I do it, because I don't want to take everything apart. I'm going to try to just stick to lighting the torches, because obviously castles didn't have electricity. I do have 2 flicker boards. I will be using the Bricks Max light kit from the haunted house. There's 2 flicker boards in here and a bunch of white micro lights, actually. Well, they call them micro lights, but they're not as small as Light My Bricks micro lights, but they are smaller than usual. Looking at this, the hardest thing is going to be figuring out how to light these up. I'm going to have to add an extra piece to all of them, probably a black single nub to hide the light in, because a lot of these are just plugged into these holes, and I won't be able to do that. I won't be able to put a light in there. I like that, so I got to figure that out first. There's quite a few of them in here too. So with that being said, I will dig into this, and we'll see what we can do. We'll figure it out. All right, one problem solved, but I had to do something naughty. So that little knob that's on the end of there, the tiny one, will not fit in this candle with the light jammed in there. So Bricks Max just jam the light in this, and then put this over the top of it, and then put the flame in this. It looks stupid. So I cut the knob off the bottom of this one and stuck it right in. Now you can do that with Light My Bricks micro lights, because they will go down further in this candle shaft. They're small enough to fit with... Actually, you know what? I don't think they're small enough to fit with the nub. I want to say I cut all those off too. So that's how you do candles, folks. Cut this little nub off, jam the little light in the hole, as long as it's a micro light, and put the flame on top of it. So yeah, you do have to destroy it a little bit, but whatever, it's a flame. So yeah, there's candle 101. So candles are figured out, so now I just got to figure out these. And I only have 10 of these lights, so I might have to track down a couple more, because there's 10 lights just on the top floor of this thing. So, and I already want to do 3 underneath here, so I got to figure that out too. Maybe I might have 3 lights. I have 2 yellow ones, but I don't know. It probably won't work as well. We'll see. You think doing the light kits are hard? Try doing it when you can't really take anything apart. So getting your hand down there is impossible, but I came up with this. Since it's held up by 2 barrels, figured I'd just run the wire through one, and I'm going to do the same with the other, and then put them behind. There used to be something there, and then put it behind that, and then run it into here. So the boards and the connecting cables and the connecting boards will all be up in there somewhere, so you won't see them. So that's the first step, as long as I can get my hands in there. This isn't going to be easy. Okay, so putting it through that barrel didn't work. So I just put it underneath and ran it around the front, because otherwise it wouldn't go back in. So now I gotta find a way to run these wires without taking too much apart, which isn't gonna be easy. But luckily these little things on the floor, like that treasure chest, will help me hide things. This suit of armor that's against the wall is gonna help me too, so we'll figure it out. All right, so there's the first hurdle down. All the wires are behind everything here. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet about this other problem. Well, it's not really a problem. Each one of these outs on this flicker makes the candle flicker at a different rate. So if you plug them all into one board and then plug the one board into one of the plugs, they all flicker at the same time at the same rate, which isn't really appealing. So in order to get these 10 lights up top to flicker at different rates, I'm going to have to plug a few of them into a board and then those into one of the 3 plugs. So I'm going to have to separate them up into 3s. I'm going to have to cut some of these boards apart, or maybe not, we'll see, to get the effect that I want. So these 3 that are going to be down here are actually just going to be running off the one board, unfortunately, but that's the easiest way that I see to be able to do this at the moment. The top ones are going to be the pain, because I'm going to have to run a lot of connecting cables and connecting boards to get the effect that I want, like this, that they're flickering at different rates. But it is possible, so it's just going to be more time consuming. And luckily these are the only 3 down here, because I tell you what, getting my hands in here is nearly impossible. I don't even know how I did that, to be honest with you. All right, well, after I had gigantic hassle, I got those behind there and around. That candle is now run, and the wires are behind there. And I attached a 50 centimeter connecting cable out the back slit here to hook it up to power. But boy, I'm glad this bottom part's done, because putting your hands in there is impossible. Well, this is awesome. So apparently cut the knobs out the bottom of these too, and they will fit right in here. So that is so perfect. This is going to need a stud though, because it's not actually I put one underneath. This thing's hollow, but it didn't shine enough light through to make it lit it up, but it wasn't as bright as this. So that's problem solved number 2. Now I just got to find a way to hide all these wires. That's probably the biggest problem, but this is going to be cool. I like it. All right, so I decided to plug this one into the into the bottom set of connectors with these. And this is what I mean by they do the same thing here. But that's fine, because that one's downstairs, this one's upstairs. You're not gonna like see them next to each other unless you look inside, which is no big deal, that's fine. It was just easier for me to run this wire right here, which is behind that long piece, those 2 little pieces underneath there. You can see it right there. And then it comes underneath, and then there. And then this plug's gonna go up on the ceiling in there with some adhesive sticky things, so you won't see any of that stuff. But my plan was to try and run a few more lights down to that board there, just because then these ones up here will flicker differently than that one. And why not use these plugs if I have them? And it was fairly easy to run that wire down there, so, and it actually worked out pretty great in my opinion. So here we go, onward. And now this problem's been solved too. Just stick a nub on here, and cut the pokey off the bottom of the flame, and it fits. So we can stick it right back up here, just like this one. Still figuring out what I want to do with the boards and the connecting cables here. I don't know if I want to run them, because it looks like I can run everything down there. I'm seeing if these are long enough at the moment. If that's the case, that'd be cool. Maybe I'll just run as much down there as I can. Either way, this actually isn't too bad. It's kind of difficult, but it's fun. That's why I do this. All right, so we got these run. I don't know where I'm going to connect any of this stuff yet. I'm still thinking about running those down to the basement, or basement, first floor. What is on my leg? Oh, hey kitty. What you doing, sweetie? Hi. These, I think I might put another board up in here for all these lights and this one. I still got to hunt down 3 more lights, I think. God, I hope I have them somewhere. I'm sure I do. But yeah, this is all nicely tucked away. It's right underneath there. So coming along, actually. Just in case you were wondering again what I mean by cut the nub off these things, it's that little tiny pokey part. I'll show you. There, see, now it's gone. And then it'll fit in there better. See the lights in there? Yep, it'll fit right in there now. Here's a little helpful hint. If you put a light in next to a door, usually when the door's open, you can move the plastic quite a bit to get the wire in between the door and the brick. So that's awesome. It's very helpful. I got this one ran. So I'll put another board up in here. And again, just pull the door out a little bit and run it through. Hides it perfectly. So we got that one to light up and this one, and that's it. And then I gotta figure out where to put all the boards and the flicker boards and the connecting boards. Alright, this is quickly becoming harder than I thought it was going to be. There's a light in here now. You can barely see that wire. It's underneath all those bricks, but it's running through the door like this other one. And there's going to be one more running through that door too. We are almost there. I can't wait to see what this is going to look like lit up. Totally worth the pain in my butt that it's been. Alright, well, after much trial and error and figuring things out, I'd plug these in. All these over here were doing the same thing at the same time. Couldn't have that. So I think that I got it figured out though. They seem to be flashing at their own intervals, to my liking anyway. Some of them still might be the same, but that's okay. Now I gotta figure out this mess. All right, cool. Hard part's done though. This is gonna be cool, really cool. Alright, I got the rat's nest put away. I know you can still see some wires down in there, but boy, I can't get my hand in there. I can't. If I pull them, this piece pops off, so I'll dig back in there. But honestly, it's really not that big of a deal to me. But everything works, so let's check it out. Hey, check that out. Let me turn the lights off. Huh. That's pretty cool. A couple lights inside. Looks like fire. It's pretty cool, actually. Look at that. That's awesome. Well, I'll be. That was totally worth it. But what a pain in my butt that was. But everything's pretty well hidden. I mean, you're not going to see any of those wires except for that bundle down there at the bottom, but you can't see them with the lights on, so that's cool. Everything's tucked away nicely over here. Cool. Totally worth it. Alright, there she is in her spot. It's pretty sweet. There's a blacksmith shop. Which I lit myself. But yeah, pretty cool. I'm happy with that. It looks pretty sweet. Huh. Man, those flicker boards make you want to light everything. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think this thing's pretty cool. So anytime you want to light something up yourself, you can do it. You don't need somebody to do it for you. You don't need a light kit. You don't need instructions. It's just a little bit of figuring things out and taking it apart and putting it back together again. So yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. It's going to look great next to the blacksmith shop. And now I got to figure out what lights I need to buy for the modulars that we built. I'm currently out of white strip lights. Well, no, I got 2 of them, but I need like probably 8 or 9 of them. I did get another lamp post for one of them. I'm going to steal another one that I have on another build that's not out here currently, because those things are just too expensive. And I'm still going to order those red lanterns and drill holes in them to see about lighting the inside of the lanterns from the top on Destiny's Bounty, because I think it would look better still. So a few things coming up, fun stuff. I got plans. So yeah, I hope this helps. Maybe, maybe not. Give it a like. I'd really appreciate that. Subscribe, that'd be awesome too. My intention is to help people get comfortable with this and learn what's involved with it and how it works. So with that being said, like always, I hope you all have a great day.